The giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. The Sooners will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So Florida's return team will have that offense backed up. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
Here comes the offense on first down. They move the tight end all over. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity. But, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time, right? We got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown Sooners. The whole thought process is just getting the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball, Reese. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution in that punt return.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Burks. Got his man on the outside. It's a fumble on the play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
On first down, here comes this offense. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country.
Goes toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Handoff to the lone back. Fighting off the defender. At midfield, he's got room. Running toward the tape. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. The Gators want to move quickly. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, it's Burks. He's got him in the flat. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And here comes the field goal unit. Neal boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sooner offense returns to the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you're getting a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play. Your picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. He wants to throw it again. Looking deep down the right side. And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. Strikes the blow. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. And sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. He'll go to the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Back to throw, it's Burks. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. He might just try to kick it away from the return man because he housed the first one. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. They're trying to get to it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Calls his own number. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. First down for this offense. They'll try the run. Spins away from the defense. Turns it on in midfield. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Gator! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To the air on first down. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. After the misconnection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play, guys that can play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman Oklahoma.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
I know everybody's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Dumps it off in the flats. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Sooners have pushed it inside the 20. They'll try the right side. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
On second down, wants to throw it. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important. Down 2 possessions, David.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Campbell. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got it on the run. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field. Nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
They're going to run it. And he gets nothing. And this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Lofts one high and deep. And he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Gators will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
It's first and 10 from the 31. He's going to pass. Makes his connection. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On second down, just keeps firing. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown Sooners. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Go ahead and have a day at the wideout position. You stack up some games like this, and you can take down D.D. Westbrook's record of 17 touchdowns in a season.
And I just want to play in this offense if I'm a receiver across the country. I know every year Oklahoma's going to spread the ball around, throw it around. You're going to have plenty of opportunities, and he is cashing in those opportunities with just touchdowns.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Line gets set, first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on to David. Finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Scanning the field, it's Burks. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll run it from the gun. And the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
This guy's just playing like an All-American these last couple games out now. Last game he had 2 sacks. He just registered his 2nd sack in this game. He has been virtually unblockable.
It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Pocket starts to collapse. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in 3rd and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Buys a little time. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Brings it down on the right side. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. When you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like C.D. Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown.
Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the pummeling has started. This guy is special. What a target and what a knack for finding the end zone. He might just rewrite the record book before he's done in Norman.
And that's a famous record book. We could go. So many big-time players just in the last several years, whether it's Hollywood Brown, C.D. Lamb. We can keep going with the list goes on and on and on, but just guys that make plays and quarterbacks that trust their receivers. Because you know why? Because they do that.
And the returner goes down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Give to the back. Powers through. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the air, it's Burks. Throwing right. He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver on the middle of the field.
Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. It's still third and goal. Looking to throw, it's Burks. Trying to get to it. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He'll set up to throw. Keeps looking downfield. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. At the 20, he's got space. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They were backed up in their own end. Now a bit of a change of scenery there across the 35, first and 10 from the 36. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. After the productive first down play, it's second and 6. Leaves it with the running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. After the productive first down play, it's second and 6. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Offense getting set for first down. To the air, it's Burks. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. On second down, he's looking downfield. It's complete on the right side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. Bulldozes his way through. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. 2nd down coming up. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quarterback will audible. Power football with the run. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it.